Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery doing another quick video on 5 of the much awaited new Reate Starboys. Very happy to have gotten these in this weekend. Very neat little design. This is a Tashi Baruka design that Reate is actually manufacturing. So it is a nice little mid-tech collaboration. Very nice design. I really like the way this feels in the hand. I'll kind of go through the details on this one since it is the first of the Starboy videos that I'll be doing. The overall length is 7.5 inches. Blade length is 3.25 inches. Let's see, blade width is 1.125 inches. Blade thickness is 0.15. Blade material is RWL 34. It is a clip point type blade with a flat grind. They do offer these in satin finish, hand rubbed, and stone wash. So they got 3 different finishes. The hand rub, of course, being the most labor intensive, does run a little bit more in the price range. Let's see, handle material is, of course, titanium. The handle length is 4.25 inches. And the overall weight of the knife is a whopping 4.19 ounces. So, all the details out of the way. Very happy with these. They flip really nicely. I like the design. It is a knife that's set up to give you the impression of an integral, but it is 2 pieces without a back spacer or barrels. The one thing I will say about this knife after taking a few of these apart is if you are not very used to taking knives apart, do not try to take this knife apart. The pivots, the tolerance on the pivots is incredibly tight. It's very hard to get these pivots in and out correctly and get the knife back together. There should be 2 more up here on this video, if that gives you an idea of how hard the pivots are to work on. So if you're not somebody that really needs to take your knife apart, I highly recommend that you do not take this knife apart because the pivots are going to be a potential issue. I'm already going to have to get a couple from Reate within the next day or so because, like I said, I've got 2 that I haven't been able to put up because we had a little bit of an issue with the screws and pivots and how tight and that type of thing. So again, the only thing I'll say negative about this knife at all is it's not designed to be taken apart. Of course, I've got to take them apart to do the anodizing. I run that risk. Now I've got to deal with getting new pivots and things I need from Reate all the way from China. So that being said, this is a really nice little knife. Everything is nice and tight. Tolerances are exactly what you would expect with the Reate knives. Really nice quality. Tashi Baruka's designs are fantastic. I really love the way this one feels in the hand. I like the design. I love the shape of the blade on it. So let's go ahead and jump in on these one at a time. I'll go ahead and start off with that bright yellow one right in the center. So, as you can see, this one they all come in gray bead blasted, and you know me, I like them bright, so we buffed it all out, hit it with a nice yellow gold, and then did all of the hardware with a high voltage blue. It's kind of right on the edge of high voltage blue and teal blue. We did the screws, which are all titanium, the pocket clip. That pocket clip, very nice. Screws in from the back side. I did Loctite everything on these. Reate doesn't always Loctite everything. Because they're going to be kind of hard to get apart and back together, that type of thing. I figured let's make it safe, get those Loctited nice and tight. That pocket clip is real cool, nice sculpted, has that cut down the side. I like how it's angled in, looks real nice. I mean, you can see it's cut into the end of the knife, so very cool looking there. You do have a lanyard cut out there, although you're going to have to use a pretty thin stock of lanyard. With the size of this knife, you'd probably use a micro lanyard. I've got some, but I didn't have anything that looked right on this knife, so I didn't do anything there. This is the RWL 34, and there is Tashi's symbol, and of course you've got Reate symbol on the other side. This one is the stone washed, which is a nice light stone wash. These guys are very nice and sharp, flat grind. I love the cutout and how the blade steps down. Very neat looking little knife. And because they did the screws from the one side, you've got a real clean non-lock bar side. All you're seeing is the pivot. And as I said, this is set up to look like an integral, but you can see that seam, of course. I like how they did the angle with the point coming down into it, and they did the same type of thing on this end. So pretty cool looking added features. This one centers up real nicely. I like that you can check the centering right through the end of the knife there. So it's kind of a neat deal. Lockup is nice and early, looking at about 15-20%. And these things just flip like a champ. Standard Reate ceramic bearings, ceramic detint, fits nicely in the hand. I've got a large hand, but it tucks right in to the edge, feels good. It's a nice little small to medium sized knife. I really like the feel of these knives. These are pretty cool. So again, flips beautifully. I like the shape of that flipper. Got the cutout here, and they just fire right open. So very cool looking little knives. Very pleased with these. So let's go ahead and hit a couple of the others. This one was pre-done. One of my repeat customers saw that they were coming in. This is a high voltage to teal blue in color that's had a nice bronze stone wash. The light is showing a little bright here. This one has got that hand rub finish. So the hand rub definitely runs a little bit more just because there is a lot of time that's involved in that. Hand rub finish is a very classy finish. I like the way that looks on knives. Very sharp looking. We went just with the silver hardware on this one, and again hit the teal to high voltage blue with a heavy bronze stone wash. You can see where the high points are from the stone wash. Edges of the pocket clip and everything. Gives it that roughed up feeling. Does a real good job of hiding all of the nicks and scratches that you're going to have as you play with these. Again, they all just flip great when you get them back together correctly and you can actually get it to flip. Again, don't take it apart unless you know exactly what you're doing, or you're going to be in a headache zone very fast. So, kind of how they've got this, they've got the two screws that are holding the two sides together. You've got two pins here. The blade is that nice design where the blade stop is built into the blade. So you've got a channel out above that pivot, and that blade stop travels in there and then locks in in the titanium back here. So you don't have a pin anywhere back here. It's traveling through the channel and then locks in nice and tight. So very cool design. Really like these. This one is right about probably about 10% on the lockup, nice and early, and centered in pretty nicely. So looks good there. So this is a teal with a heavy stone wash, and this is an even lighter teal, probably closer to green. So it's almost, this one's definitely more blue teal. This is more of a green teal. Same basic effect. The heavy stone wash with a bronze finish throughout this knife, just to really cover up all those nicks and scratches that you're going to get as you carry it. So again, has that cool little lanyard hole. Both of these last two are very good about not fingerprinting up. The gold one doesn't fingerprint up too bad, but what does show on that gold one is the oil around the pivot. So you tend to show that oil around the pivot just because it's buffed out. This is another one of the hand rubbed finish. So again, very classy. I like that finish. Very sharp looking. So that is the I would call this more of a green than a teal, but it is right there between the green and teal background with the heavy bronze stone wash. And as you can see, my hands are a little sweaty. It's a little warm in here right now, but you just rub your thumb across it and it's gone. So these two are very nice as far as hiding fingerprints and that type of thing. This one, of course, is a buffed out, beautiful purple. I really like the purple on this. Turned out really sharp. And I went with a teal blue on the pocket clip and the screws. And this one, as you can see, the up and down is the satin finish, blade finish on this. Again, that nice purple. This is a really sharp knife. I really like the way this one turned out. If you're a purple fan, you can't go wrong with this one. Very nice. Again, fit and finish is exactly what you would expect from Reate. Lock up. It's right in there, probably about 15-20%. And they just flip like a dream. Very cool little knife. So I like the purple. I like bright and shiny, so I really like that purple. Very happy with the way that one turned out. Hope the video does it justice. All of these will be posted in the next day or so, if they're not already posted on my website. So be on the lookout. They're going to go quick. I've had a lot of interest in these already. Now this is one that I had buffed up, done a high voltage blue, and then turned around and did a bronze stone wash with bronze hardware. So very cool looking. I like that high voltage blue. The bronze just accents it so nicely, and that's really going to hide the scratches from carrying this. So I do like that little, I guess it's almost an arrow in the opposite direction of the blade. So kind of a neat little cutout. And then the cutout again in the bottom. Just a very cool looking little knife. Centered up nicely. Nice early lockup. You're about 5-10% on that one. So very cool little design. Happy to have these in. I don't know how many more of these that we'll get before Christmas, so if this is one you're looking for and you want one anodized, I would get it while you've got the opportunity. Like I said, I've got some pivots that I'll be ordering from them on 2 more that I have in, and I'll probably try and get a couple at the same time. But I did have to wait extra time on these. I paid for them, and it was another 2 weeks before they shipped because they had some things. I guess they come with a nice Reate zipper case and a metal card of authenticity, so kind of a cool little additional touch that they're coming with. But very cool knives. If you are interested in one, jump on it quick. I don't expect that these will be here long. Like I said, I've got 2 more. 2 of the 7 that I have are already sold, so check it out. They will be on our website. Actually, they are already on our website at www.jdcutlery.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.